This means my... Oh, sorry, what are you saying about Morrowind?
Yeah, it has an unarmored skill tree.
Oh, unarmored. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I understood unarmed, and I was thinking,
no.
about hand to
Unarmored,
hand.
also unarmored.
Okay.
It had a very weird thing that I don't know at which point, but if you increase them above 100, I think you had to increase them well above 100, like to 1,000.
I know you can, but...
The unarmored exceeds the defense value of the armored.
Really?
And although the lighter armors benefited more from an increase, which actually really makes sense if you consider it, that heavy armor is less dependent on your skill in wearing it, and the less armor you wear, the more your skill determines your protection level. So like plate armor.
I see what you mean, but to an extent, because if a plate armor is thin, it's like not heavy. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
light enough, you're able to still have skill.
Still dodge, but I'd say that
You mean that
consider
the
the
big
level
part
of
of the...
skill. If you're fighting with no armor and heavy armor, a guy with heavy and a guy with no armor, who, if they're dodging equally, which one has the greater element of skill involved in their dodging, or they're not?
The plate armor.
Why?
Because it's more difficult to dodge with it. So if
it's more difficult to dodge, but I mean it's much easier to have a glancing blow or
a glancing,
like a hit that lands but doesn't hurt.
Oh, you mean that's not dodging?
Yeah,
sorry, I was thinking they're dodging like actually dodging
no, I
and
meant
moving.
Yeah.
No, obviously no.
Okay. If it was just like dodging, then that would be the guy in the plate armor would be like
fucking amazing.
Yeah.
No, I see what you mean now. Yeah, it's actually.
I mean, it's a small thing, but it just,
but that means
cute.
that you need to get out of the picture a dodging skill, which is aside from the armor.
Yeah, but that is true.
Because otherwise, you would just increase the dodge instead of the armor.
Yeah,
right?
I
mean, you would have maybe if you're wearing plate, maybe you have a malus to dodging. But you have better armor, so maybe the trade-off is better. But if you increase enough dodging, then it's better not to wear any armor because you will dodge more. And if you dodge enough...
the percentage.
You see what I mean.
Tabletop games, which I think like this took a
By
lot
the way, I'm sorry, I'm going through against the wall to check for secrets.
I figured.
Yeah.
A lot of like tabletop games.
What does tabletop mean?
That played on a table with like paper and...
Okay, I see what you mean.
A lot of them take the armor, heavier armor, sets a limit to your dodging or like gives a minus to your dodging.
It does make sense.
No, of course.
I mean, I honestly agree it's more
There's
realistic.
a limit to how dexterous you can be in heavy armor.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're ridiculously clumsy, it's still... I put one in the other.
Oh, cool.
If you're ridiculously clumsy, it still affects you negatively in armor.
Sorry, I put one in the other for my earbuds.
Yeah.
Because I changed the headphones. We are playing with headphones. Well, we're
listening, so that...
Yeah. We're not out of the game.
Yeah, you're really...
I'm
desperately...
Yeah, it just...
Where is it?
This is like this...
I don't understand why you weren't throwing your head into that weird... The moat, the drawbridge over the moat.
The what's a moat?
The little hole with the water in it.
Okay, because you don't understand why I'm not jumping down there?
Why you're not trying to figure out how to open that door.
Oh, I man, that's what I'm doing. I'm in the air.
Oh, this is
like, I think, one floor above.
Ah, okay.
Looking for it. I'm pretty sure. I honestly can't recall right now because, again, it's like weeks ago for me. But trust me, I tried everything, but before I knew the trick with the square thing, I couldn't understand shit. You'll actually, I think, in this video or in the next one, you will see me breaking the game trying to find the fuck.
Okay.
And I cannot find it. Actually, I don't know. Do you want to do one more after this? This is 39 minutes long.
We'll see.
Yeah. Again, I'm trying to look like... There are secret doors which... You see that hole in the ground above?
Yeah.
That is the one we're talking about.
Ah, okay, cool.
And I'm looking around like trying to
see if there's something.
Yeah, secret passages around it, but I cannot find any.
Maybe it's only open from the others. I mean, if it's a drawbridge, that's actually one thing that...
It's not a drawbridge. That kind of wall is I think it's a turning wall.
Ah, okay. Well, okay. Maybe they couldn't do drawbridges. Like, they couldn't animate them.
I don't think there are in this game, yeah.
One thing I was going to say is, a lot of video games... Okay, if you see a dungeon in a video game, imagine there's a platform or a door,
Yeah.
that you can't open.
Mm-hmm.
What do you imagine?
There's a lever somewhere.
Okay, well,
Some mechanism which
imagine
opens
you
it.
look through the whole dungeon, you can't find anything.
Maybe the lever is beyond that.
Okay, and how would you get to it?
I cannot.
Exactly. In real life, there's a lot of situations where if this is a warlord stronghold, the center, the most important part, would have a door you could only open from the inside. Because it's stupid to have your
what you mean
stronghold.
once the Warlord is inside, it just closes it and you're fucked. Yeah, I see what you mean. Honestly,
I mean, this is a video game. This is a video game. I don't.
But in actually, this might be the case because remember that the dungeons are generated randomly, so that actually I think could happen. I think that could happen.
That might actually, yeah, that could. But I mean, like a video game logic versus real world logic, it's a bit.
Yeah, no, but it does make sense. Like why the fuck not? Why not throw that in there? Just it does make sense to a certain extent, and like if you have a special like magic skill
Maybe.
which lets you go through.
Actually, that might be, or like something to open a door from a long distance, to like force a door to open.
I leveled up. What the fuck?
What? Don't you have to sleep to level up?
Yeah, but basically, I think the leveling up thing was late. So I was able to move around and kill the shit. That's how fast I become, and I become even faster later on.
Nice.
After I farm, I become so fucking fast. It's amazing what you can do.
Cool.
Like, yeah, one good thing of the attributes of this game, which not many games do, is that if you increase speed, you actually feel the increase in speed. Like
that's actually one reason I think the game breaks so often, is that accounting for various speeds can give you some fuck ups. Because normally if you program a game for a certain speed, you don't consider what happens if, well, now it's different with like physics engines, but pre-physics engines, an object moving at a weird speed could do all sorts of things. It would clip, it could get stuck in places that normally...
Well, yeah, but I'm saving before I jump here.
Okay.
And if I can... Oh, because I don't jump, because I break the game. This is me breaking the game.
Is that an underwater...
I'm underwater, yeah.
Dungeon. Oh wow, that looks so cool.
You die because you cannot breathe enough. I'm looking like, is that my enemy? Is that my target? Which is falling into what could happen. Nope, it's not. That's an orc surgeon and that is an orc soldier. I kill them both. And the one behind is another orc soldier.
Wow, this is massive underwater shit.
It's massive, yes. That's why I say swimming is hard in this game.
I would say you might want a magician or a mage who uses...
Yeah, actually I'm looking for like a magic item which casts water breathing. I think that before...
How does mana come back?
How does?
Mana come back. Do you have to rest?
Normally yes. My character cannot replenish mana.
Yeah, but no, I'm saying...
Normally yes. You can, you know that there is no spell points regain whenever.
Yeah? Oh, that's for when you sleep.
Yeah, in that case you need to acquire a talent which is called spell absorption.
Yeah.
Which...
The Atronach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in Morrowind I think it was the sign of the Atronach.
Yeah, the Atronach trait or whatever. That thing. And that's how it works. For the audience, maybe you don't know it. Basically when someone throws spells at you, you gain the same amount of mana or half of it.
That they use to cast it.
Exactly.
Does it still hurt you though?
Yeah, it does still hurt you. But that's the way you can replenish. Or through potions maybe. I don't know. There are different
I'm sure there's potions.
I'm killing the orcs to see if one of them is the one. But
those Daedric statues?
No, those are... it's a particular kind of monster. I can't recall the name.
Oh, okay. Never mind. They look like statues.
Yeah. One thing that I don't like about this game is like your target can fall into water. He will not drown.
Yeah.
You will though, and
it's
pretty
probably
fast.
I think the exploit problems they could have had were massive. Because like anywhere where there's water, enemies would constantly keep spawning and falling.
Yeah.
And either you would get XP or they just be like hundreds of corpses or something.
Maybe just loot, not XP.
Yeah.
Only loot.
Yeah.
Maybe a loot, yes. It's,
for some reason that they...
This fucking game. It's just... Oh my god. I tell you, I couldn't find him.
Fuck it.
This is this is the 6 hours of gameplay. I think I spent another 30 minutes an hour after this
Trying to?
I cannot.
I would have explored something down here.
I did.
Okay.
Before doing this, and this is just to show you.
Okay.
I broke the game before breaking this time.
Fair enough.
That's why I saved beforehand, because once I broke the game,
the same way. One thing I was going to point out, I think I forgot about it before, how the reason of checks.
Mm-hmm.
How a check is basically a die roll. It's a random number selected to see how well you perform an action. Exactly. So like for climbing.
Yes.
The problem is it's immersive. It's not immersive, sorry. It ruins the immersion.
Okay.
Because you're disconnected from it. Because it's not necessarily what you do, it's how you build the
you're
character.
Not in control of it. Yeah, it's something random which happens, and either you success or not.
And it's not really up to you. Mm-hmm. Which does kind of ruin some immersion. But not having it, I think, ruins immersion even more. Because you tend to set a very distinct limit to doing something. So it's like, to open this lock, you have to have lockpicking at 75.
Oh yeah, so
which makes even less sense.
Yeah, it's less
than
realistic.
Retrying to do a lock, which does make sense. And if you really fuck it up, you break it. But if you fuck up a little bit, you can try again. Something that makes more sense than just, you have to have this number being at this, like to climb this wall, you have to have climbing at 80.
I agree with you. Actually, I don't know. Honestly, I disagree on the fact that it ruins immersion, because like if you're climbing, it does make sense that you may slip and fall. And having the check randomly failing when you're up top.
It's tension.
Yeah, it gives you like an element of, I'm climbing, but I do not know if I'm gonna make it. Like it does give you. Are they
actually underwater?
I can move only when I'm underwater. Yeah. Basically, the underwater level is a bit above this tunnel.
Okay.
So I'm walking on the tunnel.
Okay.
But
I see.
Up after the water, below the water, and I cannot move if I move at top.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying you don't think it doesn't? It does.
Yeah, I don't think it breaks my immersion that much. Not as much as the level required. And one thing that I have to add about the lockpicking though, and why it sucks in this game, is that you find a locked door. You can try to lockpick once per day that door.
Oh, that is a bit weird.
Yeah. So if you fail the check, that's it.
In a sort of tabletop, in a tabletop, like the rule of many like enchantments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like if you fail to do this, you can only retry it after a day has passed.
Yes.
It's a bit arbitrary. It's very difficult to explain away naturally, but it's sort of just like setting a reasonable time limit. You can assume that in that day.
Yeah.
It's not like you've tried once and now you can't try again. It's that you've done your reasonable best in that day.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So you sort of have to rest, you have to think about it.
I see what you mean. But I think that it's been done in this case for picking just because otherwise you
just keep doing it.
Yeah, and you farm enough. Because given that it works on a number of checks, you check it like continuously.
So if you found like a dungeon with like 5 locked doors,
it's 5
you could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leave, sleep,
one day,
come down.
Yeah, but that means that you need to navigate through the dungeons each.
Well, they were like right next to each other.
Yeah, no, I mean, the limit that they set, I think it works like you find a locked door, you cannot do 60 checks and then rest for 6 hours, raise your skill, 60 checks, whatever. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it would make sense, it's realistic, because it makes sense that you continue, maybe you ruin your,
you have to
repair your lockpicking, whatever. But
are you gonna die?
Yeah, because I cannot go through a wall again. So fuck it, I'll die and reload. So
maybe if you actually use the Alt F11 thing here, it might have spawned you.
Because it goes back by 1 step. I do not know how much back I would go. So see you next time, I guess.
Yep.
And this is it.
Cheers.